Today we're going to see how wrecked celebrities are with their NFT holdings. Now, first up, we're using wall.app, which is a cool app where you can just punch in an address and kind of see how wrecked or in profit someone is. Now, this does go off profits taken and not unrealized profits. So if you see a big major loss, it could be because they bought something high and there is something low, but it is just a little bit of fun. Now, first up, we've got Logan Paul. Now, he is full wrecked. He is down 612 ETH. Now, when we actually have a look, we can see his portfolio all-time high was 856 right here. Total spent, he spent 1250 ETH, and his portfolio value down 600. You can see his biggest buy was this Force at almost to 190 ETH, almost 200 ETH. His biggest sale though, World of Women, 200 ETH. What a straight boss. CryptoPunks, his biggest hold, so they've held that for 486 days, which is pretty crazy. And his favorite collection, cryptos. Oh, this is good. Then when it comes down to his biggest gain, World of Women, 140 ETH, and his biggest paper hand, a mutant ape at 12.88 ETH. Now, next up, we're going to check out the guy that most likely started the last bull run, Jimmy Fallon. Now, Jimmy Fallon is pretty much in Lambo territory right now. You can see he is up 144 ETH. His all-time high was 218 ETH. Now, what I will say is that this is very skewed. The reason being is his Bored Ape, even though he bought it, it was kind of given to him via MoonPay, because MoonPay were kind of doing this kind of deal where they're actually kind of giving influencers these sort of Bored Apes via MoonPay, and that was kind of a big ad. You can also kind of see something like that with Post Malone in a music video, but we'll touch on that shortly. So Jimmy Fallon, he is in Lambo territory, but he's pretty much got a bunch of money and it was given to him in the first place. Next up, we've got Ashton Kutcher. Now, Ashton Kutcher is sitting at around 10 ETH profit, which isn't bad. You can see here that his portfolio, he could buy 21,000, almost 22,000 Big Macs with what he's going. So his current portfolio is sort of 10.4. His all-time high, 21 ETH. But it's the same kind of deal with Jimmy, where the fact is he hasn't really spent or bought anything. He's been holding his Super Yeti for sort of 330 days. But other than that, not much you can take away from Ashton Kutcher. So be careful when you are looking at celebrities and what they're actually doing, because they're not necessarily buying and trading like we are, like DGens. They're pretty much gifted stuff and used as a vehicle to just kind of market and promote what they're actually kind of doing at that point in time. Now, the next one is Mr. Top Signal himself, Steve Aoki. Now, Steve Aoki is full wrecked. He is down 100 ETH, and what's crazy here is it would take him 8 years of working at McDonald's to get to his all-time high. Now, his current portfolio value is 1,500 ETH, which is big, and his all-time high was 735 ETH, so he hasn't done too well. He spent 2,000 ETH, and it's crazy. So his biggest buy is a Doodles at 269.69 ETH. Big shout out Steve Aoki for biggest meme buys, and his biggest sale, CryptoPunk, 300 ETH. So he hasn't actually done too bad when you think about some buys and flips. Biggest gain he's made is on a CryptoPunk, 235 ETH, and he's paper handed a Bored Ape at 75.99 ETH, but it makes sense. Apes were sitting around that sort of 25-30 ETH part for a bunch of time. Now, when it comes down to Post Malone, big fan of Post Malone and his music, he is full wrecked. He's down 85 ETH, and as you can see here, his current portfolio value was 202. His all-time high was 502 ETH, and he spent 286 ETH. Now, his biggest buy was 85 ETH on his Bored Ape, and he's been holding his other Bored Ape for 240 days. And his favorite collection is 1989 Sisters. Big shout out. I actually missed out on that one. That was a good rip. 26 of those. Now, when it comes down to sort of his max game paper hands, he's not really a trader, so there's no data on that. Now, look, the big man himself, Gary Vee, let's jump in and check that out. He is full wrecked. Gary Vee is down 2,186 ETH. Now, when we have a look at his CryptoPunk, that is his biggest buy, 1600 ETH, big conviction there. And obviously his biggest sale, AV Friends, because he kind of knew what was big, what was going to be popping, because Gary V himself. When it comes down to what he's holding, it's a Rareable, which is an item there, and it's actually a kind of Star Wars meme type thing, and that is 400 days. His biggest, favorite collection, Shark Mob, 233. After seeing this, I kind of almost wanted to go buy myself a Shark Mob just in case. When it comes down to his max gains, VFriends, 105 ETH, and he paper-handed a VFriends. So when it comes down to Gary, he's not really buying and trading too much. This is his vault. He does have a bunch of different wallets. I will say that because people do copy trade Gary V. So this, you have to be kind of careful on that and how it kind of works. Now, the reason that his wallet is so much in rect mode is the fact that he has made some big purchases, and this is kind of going off the floor prices, and if you buy something very high, it can actually be kind of dropped off quite low and give that perceived loss, but they aren't a loss until you sell, but it also isn't a gain until you sell. Now, one of the most notable people in the space, Beeple, let's check him out, and he is absolutely killing it. Lambo now. He has got almost 250 ETH worth of profit, and Beeple actually sold his NFTs for that record $69 million at auction, so he has got more than just the 250 ETH. So his current portfolio value, 274. His all-time high portfolio, 404,000. Total spent 25 ETH. So it is a big gain and a big rip for him. And then when it comes down to his favorite collection, cryptos, with 211 NFTs. Now look, while we're on the topic of notable people within the space, what we're going to do is we're going to check out Pranksy. Now I'm kind of lost for words. Pranksy has almost 12,000 ETH. Now looking at his current portfolio value, we've got 4,100, so almost 4,200. All-time high was 6,200. Total spent almost 12,000 ETH, and he's earned almost 19,000 ETH. Biggest buy, a CryptoPunk at 1,000 ETH. Biggest sale, that same CryptoPunk at 1,319 ETH. Now, when it comes down to his favorite collection, Wizards and Dragons, 1,800 NFTs. His biggest gain is a gold board ape at 420 ETH, and he's paper-handed an autoglyphs at 188 ETH. Pranksy is an absolute legend, and his portfolio is something to marvel at. Now, the next person up on the list is JaRule, and it's always great to get his perception on things within the space. Now, JaRule is 35 ETH in profit, absolutely killing it. His portfolio value right now, about 55 ETH, and his all-time high was 100 ETH. Total spent 56 ETH, and he's earned 38 ETH, so he's up around that 35 ETH. Now, his biggest buy was a mutant at 7.3, which is great, and his biggest sale is that same mutant at 26 ETH, absolutely killing it. Biopills, crazy at sort of almost a year of holding that. That is his biggest hold. Favorite collection, Rumble Kongs with 13 NFTs. Max gains, that same mutant that we kind of talked about before, and his biggest paper hand, World of Women, 3 ETH down on that. So that is a look at some of the NFT space's favorite celebrities, how they're actually doing, and seeing how wrecked or in profit they are. If you found value in this video, please consider hitting up that subscribe button, and while you're down there, also hit up the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.